and thank you for listening to an unnamed podcast about animated movies and TV shows. Today, we are going to talk about Shaun the Sheep.
Bah, bah.
Thank you, Garrison, for your input.
Bah.
My name's Sarah, and yeah, so we just got done watching Shaun the Sheep over the week, and we are really loving this movie. I thought it was super charming, and I love stop motion animation. I think it's adorable. Ever since Wallace and Gromit came out, Chicken Run, those movies have been always in my heart. So, how was your week, Garrison? I know you enjoyed this movie far before I did.
Yeah, a pretty great week. And I also enjoyed this movie as well. How about you?
I did. I watched it last night, and I mean, it's just like a cute little movie. Oh, and I was watching it, and like the attention to detail in the tiniest things was like, I think what made it oh so special. 'Cause like when you think about it, these entire cities, these models, these puppets, everything are handmade and then photographed. They take hours and days and months on end just to get all of these details ready so that they can make it look as spectacular as possible. And I never once saw a point in the movie when I was like, wow, where I wasn't like, wow, this is great.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I forgot my notes. I took some pretty good notes, but I'll try to remember what I wrote down. But going off of what you said about their attention to detail, like they would like build like sets, right?
Yes.
That would only be on screen for a few seconds. Like it's great work.
Yeah. Okay, so a little bit about the story. So Shaun, of course, is a sheep, and he lives on a farm with his family, which consists of a farmer and his sheep family, the dog. I don't know the dog's name. None of the characters actually say any words. There is not a single English word that is spoken in this movie. A lot of it is gestures, music, and gibberish. Yeah. So you get such an emotional feel from the movie just because of the actions. I think that says a lot about the animators too, because of how much expression that they put into every single detail of their characters. They really just make them live, and I think that's so cool.
Yeah. I think the fact that they don't say words makes it easier to like translate, right? Like it's easily understood by the world.
Yeah, right? Anybody. Even if you're deaf, like you don't have to listen to anything. Yeah. You can just watch it and you get a feel for it.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that is really cool. Oh, and cool thing, I did notice that Shaun was left-handed.
So he didn't write with his right hand also?
No, he only wrote with his left hand.
Cool.
Like if you ever noticed, okay, so little spoiler alert, I'm trying not to spoil anything, but Shaun does draw things throughout the movie, and if you notice, he is left-handed.
Or left-hooved.
Hooved, yeah. Yes.
And like you could see some of like the fingerprints left over on some of the characters.
Yes.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, it is just a cool aspect. I've always appreciated stop motion animation like that. Now, earlier in the week you did mention something about a lot of like the independent animated movies that maybe have spent a lot of money on the product, but the turnover was not as well as they'd hoped. Do you think that maybe this is one of those movies where that's the case, where they spent more money on it than they were able to receive?
Are you going to surprise me with like some numbers or something?
I don't have any numbers.
Well, saying that they're coming up, there's a sequel coming out next year. I would say that they made pretty decent money.
I mean, that's good though. Like I would hate to see movies like this that we would never be able to appreciate if they weren't funded right.
Plus, this is from Aardman Animation, and they frequently produce films and stuff. So even if it did not so well, they would probably still make some other good stuff.
I want to find a figure about like how much it costs, but I'm not gonna. Yeah, so it was, looks like it was about an hour and 20 minutes long.
What's the budget?
I'm trying to find it. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Sometimes Wikipedia doesn't have all the answers we want. 25 million.
That's surprisingly low. I thought it would be.
Yeah. But look, so the box office grossed 106 million. So that's really good. That's like 4 times the amount that they spent making it. But you know, this production company has been doing this for such a long time. They probably are so used to doing the animation style that they do that it probably doesn't take them nearly as much time or many team members as it would take somebody like you and me to do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're veterans at this stuff.
Right.
So the premise of this film, I kept thinking to myself, so are you familiar with the Cartoon Network show Sheep in the Big City?
No.
Yeah, it came out in like the late 90s, early 2000s.
I don't remember
And
that.
it's about a sheep in a big city, and it made me think of this.
Oh man, I gotta look that up.
Mm-hmm.
So you like try to like make assumptions about like what would happen?
No, it's pretty much just a sheep in a big city, so that's pretty much the only thing connecting them.
Okay. Well, yeah, so Shaun and his family end up deciding that they want to take a vacation from the regular farmland, day-to-day, nonsense that they do. So they decide to take a little vacation. And that's pretty much the entire plot of the story. There is a villain in the story, which I don't know if I should spoil or not, because it's like halfway through that you find out who he is.
Right. Well, before you move on, I want to say that Shaun and his family, felt, a little exhausted and wanted a day off, right? They didn't want to leave, right? They just wanted a day off. So
Yeah.
they still felt comfortable, with their living space and such. But there can't really be a story without conflict. So things happen, and we get this movie. So
Yeah, and I mean there was definitely some added characters in there. You'll see Shaun, his family, the dog, the farmer, a few other cool little nifty characters that were in there. The pigs are funny in this movie. Definitely look out for them. I don't know. Did you have a favorite character that you maybe liked a lot?
Favorite. It's kind of a boring answer, but I'll also just say Shaun.
Yeah.
But really, the sheep were like really cool, like especially during I'm afraid to the where they're split up.
Yes.
And there's like a breaking of some kind, right?
A
There's
breaking of some kind,
Right.
quote unquote.
Yeah, like an in or out maybe. I don't know. But,
I think who my favorite character was, and it's probably because he was adorable, is that baby sheep in the movie. He plays such a funny role, and I think it's so cute.
yeah, I kind of hate him because of his stomach got him
In trouble. Yeah.
Got the whole gang in trouble, really.
I feel like it gets a lot of people in trouble. I feel like that would be like an issue. Like if we were to like ever have a really interesting adventure, it'd be my stomach that got us in trouble. I was hungry, so I left the scene.
Makes sense. Have you ever, like, for stop motion, have you ever wondered, like, how do they get stuff to like float, right? Because they're like,
yeah,
they're like taking picture frame by frame, and like, how do they get it in the air, right?
yeah, like water and everything like that. Did you notice that? There was like a splash of water at one point through the movie, and I'm thinking like, how the heck did they do this? So cool.
I think nowadays they kind of cheat a little bit and use CG
That
a
would
little
make
bit.
sense. Maybe some.
Yeah. It's still cool though.
Yeah. I mean, you can't blame them.
Yeah.
All the work that they do.
And looking at several different stop motion movies and such, the sets that they make are like pretty big.
Yeah.
Pretty big.
Bigger than the room that we're in right now.
Yeah, probably. And they made like a whole city, right? That's incredible.
Yeah.
And for only 25 million, that's really good use of money.
I would definitely say so, especially how much they got paid after that. That's amazing.
They must be Jewish.
Well, geez, Garrison. Holy
That's a
shit.
compliment, right? They're good with money.
Oh my god. You could just say they're good with money and not that they're Jewish.
It's still a compliment.
All right. Yeah. So Early Man comes out this week. That's another stop motion.
Yep, another stop motion. Yeah, and after seeing this, I'm really excited for that movie.
Too. I'm pumped. Oh man, it's gonna be good.
However, they do have a voice cast, so that may take away some of the magic for me.
That's true. But, you know, I don't think Shaun the Sheep was one of the movies that went into theaters around here. I think it mostly hit.
If it was, it wasn't for very long.
No.
Came out in 2015, I think.
Yeah, 2015.
Yep. And the sequel comes out next year. I'm looking forward to that.
So I think that the creators started in Europe and places in Europe because it seems very European influenced.
Well, yeah, that's what I always thought because Wallace and Gromit, right?
Mm-hmm. He's British.
Yeah. And also there was like a Disney like short, like a 5-minute like shorts on Disney Channel a few years ago, and I think like there were British accents in there.
Yes. I think they had some episodic like
Little
things.
Vignette little things.
Right. Yeah, those were fun. So, do you have any like ideas about what to expect for the next movie?
Good question. Okay, so the classic thing is, you know, small town characters go to the big city. Ed and Eddie had a similar thing with their big movie send off, and I think that's like a very popular thing to do. But that usually is like a bookend, right? Like that sort of expands the world, right? But I don't think we really see a lot of like what happens after that in stories. Let's
Like, what did they learn from it? You know,
I want to say space, but I think that's just going too far.
Shaun in space.
Yeah.
No, actually, I think that'd be so cute.
Okay, maybe they go to like they're like globetrotters, right? They travel the world or something.
Like they end up in another country.
In America or something.
Shaun goes to America. That's cute. I don't know. Like, yeah, I think that would be hard to like overcome, you know, like, so they found themselves in the big city. Then what comes after that? You know, there's always more adventures. So how do you, I guess, heighten the adventure for the next time?
Okay. So I had two ideas just now. One they sort of did in this movie. I was thinking of a Cruella de Vil kind of character, right? But the other idea I had was they could sort of play off of, like, sort of continue what they did in this film, dealing with the farmer.
Yeah, you know, maybe like he gets like a love or something, and she is like a Cruella de Vil kind of character, where she's like, I don't like sheep.
Like the Parent Trap, right? Like the woman from the Parent Trap.
Yep, the Everyone Hates a Stepmom.
I kind of liked her. Like,
Yeah.
she was honest.
Yeah, she was honest.
Well, actually, I meant sort of towards the story, the side of the story, how farmer was like shearing the sheep, right?
Yeah,
Like, sort of continue that story.
that'd be cute. Yeah,
Because maybe I don't know, like, he makes it big or something and stuff.
and then they all end up in Las Vegas and show business or something like that. Because you know they sang a little bit in the movie, and it was pretty good. I'd pay to see some singing sheep. That was a tongue twister. I'd pay to see some singing sheep.
That sounded pretty good the second time,
Yeah,
second attempt.
It took my brain a second to like catch up.
I think that's all I have to say about this. If you haven't seen it, it's definitely worth watching. It was a pleasant surprise for me.
It was a little, yeah. I mean, I found myself giggling a lot. It was cute. It was very heartwarming. Good movie. Thank you. What's the name of the studios?
Aardman Animation.
Aardman Animation Studios for your hard work and dedication.